Okay, so weekend 2 of the Well Explored virtual retreat series. We are here exploring Northern California with Jenni Wendell and her beautiful property, the Luminary Farm. So excited to have you here.
Thanks, Dawn. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for putting this together.
Absolutely. So it's 5 o'clock on the dot right now, so I'm going to let our friends in. They should be coming in slowly. Let's see. Admit. Okay. We've got a few friendly faces there. Hello, everyone. Feel free to unmute your microphone if you want. We're going to come in, wait for everyone to come in, but we can say hello as everyone's coming in. Hi, Pamela. Were you there, Jenni, on the astrology workshop last weekend?
I was not. I missed that.
Pamela is also on the West Coast there with you. She's up in Washington State, and she's our astrologer.
Oh, fantastic. Hi, Pamela. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Gigi. How are you? Kuntal.
Hi, Kuntal.
We've got Michael up there. Hi, Michael.
It's Keo, sorry.
And then well, we've got Michael above you, actually. And then I was looking at, I was like, that's not Michael, but we do have Michael above you. Keo, I'm going to change your name there. Do you mind if I do?
No, it's fine.
It's K-I-O, K-I-Y-O, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then we know. So that's not Michael, but there was Michael. Hi, Michael. And we've got Maria. Hi, Maria.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, we've got somebody else here. Gotta let them in. And then Edna. We can't see. And Daphne can't see, but maybe they'll share. Oh, there you are.
Hi, this is Edna. Hi.
Are you in Texas, Edna?
I am in Dallas.
I remember that. Okay. Good to see you. And we've got Daphne is in the Bahamas, but we can't see her right now. So how's everyone feeling tonight?
Good.
Good, yeah.
Great. So Jenni, do you want to wait a few minutes or should we kind of dive right in? It's a few minutes after.
It's up to you. I'm here.
All right.
I have a question.
For sure.
Should we get some props?
Oh, do we need a notebook?
Yes, great question. So if you have a pen and a journal, please grab that. And then for our practice, restorative practice, just a couple pillows or blanket for some support. Thanks for asking.
All right, good stuff. Yeah. Very smart.
Yeah. Key details.
How's the weather over there in Texas?
It's hot.
It looks hot.
Yeah.
It's actually.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's pouring rain here, and my internet connection is really unstable.
Okay. You seem okay right now.
Yeah, but you guys are freezing, and I'm hearing just like blurbs instead of words.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, bummer.
I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, and Courtney might join us too.
Oh, good. Yeah. Courtney, I think, was there this morning.
She was.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw her name this morning. Hopefully she will.
And this will be recorded, so if for some reason there's technical difficulties, you'll be able to access it later.
Yeah, this is going to be a really powerful session, I'm sure. Oh, there's Elise. Let's let Elise in. It's nice always to wait a few minutes, as, people are as they're getting in so they don't miss anything. Hi, Elise. Nice to see you. So we've got Julianne coming in. We've got several more, so I do think we should wait. It's a good thing to wait. I'm going to mute wherever that one is coming from. I think that was Edna, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, it's the nice thing about the yellow box, right?
The mute, and
yeah.
I know, you can be having like chaos going on and then just mute. Calm and peaceful. Hi, Julianne, how you feeling? You good? For those of you who just came in, we were just talking about having a notebook and a pen for part of our session and some pillows possibly for our movement in a little while. And it looks like Leslie will be joining us too, Jenny. I see
Oh, good.
the yoga journey
Yay, I'm so
logo there.
excited.
She's getting herself set up. How'd you guys like the music this morning with Drew and Vera?
Oh, it was so great to have them.
It's cool, right?
It reminded me of our trip to
Yeah.
Kankara.
Yeah, they're really, really beautiful people. So sometimes with the technology, it's hard to translate all of that. But I'm going to see if I can get one of their recordings that I can share in the email with you all. Are you all getting my emails too? Because sometimes the one will go to spam. So I want to make sure you guys are getting those follow-ups. Last week, I was a little delayed in getting you all the follow-ups, but the plan for this weekend, Monday, I'll send you like an email recap. And then by Wednesday, I'll send the videos because it actually does take a little time to get, there's some edits and things that need to go on with all the videos. So by Wednesday, I'll be sending them through. So I think it's a few minutes after 5. I think we can get ourselves started. So I would love to introduce you to Jenni. Jenni and I met this past September actually at Kankara, the property we saw in Costa Rica. So that's another kind of interesting connection, how we are connected. And many of you were there last weekend with Leslie, and I think Leslie's there. We can't see her face, but we can see Yoga Journey there. Oh, there she is.
There she is. Hi.
So Leslie actually had connected Jenni and I through another teacher and friend through Marty. So there's this connection amongst all of us. And I think that's a theme that we're all talking about during this series and certainly out there in the world, that we are really so connected. So I'm really excited to introduce Jenni. I have gotten to know her a little bit since our time in Costa Rica, and then we had an opportunity in November to travel to Portugal together. Some of you saw our property in Portugal. We were there together in November, and we also were up in Scotland together at another amazing property called Allendale, which is a wilderness reserve. So I've gotten to spend a little time with Jenni, and the time that I have spent with her, I've just learned that she is such an incredible, powerful force. The things that she has created in her life are so admirable, and we're going to learn a bit about this process through her. And I think one of the biggest things that she has birthed is this incredible property, this Luminary Farm. So we'll have a full tour and learning and understanding of that. So without further ado, I hope I did that justice for you, Jenni, because I really do admire you so, so much. So
Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, that's really sweet. The feeling is mutual. I'm so grateful for, like Dawn said, all the connections and the synchronicities that kind of line up. And reminds me of just the power of just trusting, where we are headed. We never know who we're going to meet and whose heart we're going to touch or whose life we're going to inspire. And so I'm continually reminded of that in my journey and experiences through the studio and Luminary Farm. So my name is Jenni Wendell, and I am the founder, owner of Just Be Yoga in Walnut Creek and Danville in California, so 2 studios, and then Luminary Farm. And I'll talk more about those in a bit, but I wanted to start us off with just a grounding meditation. So if you'd like to join me in a seat, and then we're gonna all connect as a group in a minute here. So find either lying down or a comfortable seat and give yourself a few moments to settle in. And close your eyes down if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, or soften your gaze point at a single point of focus. And then take a moment here to just feel and sense your body. Feel the connection between your sit bones and the earth beneath you. Picture and imagine the space that you occupy, so the four walls that surround you, or if you're outside, get a sense for what's surrounding you. And begin to feel your breath. And just notice the subtle sensation of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and you exhale. As you observe and notice your breath, just allow your body to start to relax. Allow your mind to begin to settle. And shift into that place of observing and witnessing. To become the witness to the sensation of your breath. And become the witness to your thoughts as they come and go. You become the witness to your body, miraculous, healthy body resting on the earth. Just noticing and observing. Now in your mind, picture the earth. Feel or sense that foundation, the stability, the support. And imagine you're grounding yourself into the center of the earth, as if you are a tree, like a tree has roots just from the base of your spine or the bottoms of the feet. Just imagine you're dropping roots down through the layers upon layers upon layers of the earth. Making a connection, grounding your energy in your space. And then send a blessing or send gratitude to the earth. And now feel and sense the edges of your physical body. See if you can feel the subtlest of sensations. And bless your body, this healthy, miraculous body. Bless every cell of your being, healthy, whole, and complete. Picture it, imagine it, feel it, sense it. And now bring awareness to everybody who's in this group, in this experience, this collective experience. And send blessings, send love, making that connection, bringing awareness to that which connects us. And just bringing awareness to these blessings that are coming your way. So opening up to receive all of the blessings from each and every person being sent to you. Knowing that you're worthy, you're deserving. And take your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your left hand, and bow your chin to your chest. And just be here for a few moments, just feeling your body, feeling your breath, sensing and feeling So as you check in on all these layers, we have the physical, the mental, emotional, energetic. Get a sense for where you are, what's going on for you. And if you could sum up in one word how you're feeling in this moment, what would that one word be? Your palms, rub your palms together, feeling a little bit of friction and heat. Rub your hands on your thighs, feeling once again your body. You're grounded, you're rooted, you're here in this time, this space, this moment. And when you're ready, flutter your eyes open. So I'm going to go around and I'm just going to call on each one of you. If you would just share your name, where you're from, and your one word. Maria, would you mind going first? Yeah.
Yes, Maria, I'm from Boca Raton, Florida. And my one word is lucky.
Thank you. Gail. Or Gigi, is that? Yeah. You're muted. Let's unmute you. Let's see here. I don't think I can do that. Okay, great.
Can you hear me
There
now?
you go. I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey, Gigi is my grandma name. I have 8 grandchildren and they're all over the place. So my roots are wherever my family is. But now I live in Stuart, Florida, and I commute with another location in New Jersey, which I'm staying away from right now because of the virus. I'm staying put in beautiful Florida. And my word was relax.
Great, thank you. Kaio. Hi.
It's Kio, and
Kio.
I am alive here in Lafayette, California. And my word is blessed.
Oh, fantastic. Have you been to Just Be?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
In Walnut
Awesome.
Creek.
Great. Thanks for being here. Elise. Elise.
Hi. Yep. Hi, I'm Elise Kenny. I'm in New York City, and my word is grateful.
Thanks. Julianne.
Hi, my name is Julianne. I am in Miami, Florida, and my word was also grateful. So,
Edna. You're muted. Let's unmute.
There we go. Hi,
There we go.
Hi, my name is Edna. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and my word was content.
Thank you. Indy. Hi. I'm unmuting you here. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Beautiful. First of all, beautiful meditation and grounding. Beautiful. That was really lovely. I'm sure everybody took something of value from it. I'm Indy Rishi Singh, and I am. I guess I'm from the cosmic cloud, but that doesn't really do justice to, I think, what you're looking for.
I love it.
Right now, I'm actually in Fremont, California. And I haven't been to any of your yoga studios, but now I'm really curious, and I would love to explore the synergy there. And my word was freedom.
Thank you.
Free. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Lori.
See me?
Lori, I can't see you, but I see the top of your head. There you are. Hi.
Here. My word, I'm Lori. I'm from Stuart, Florida, and my word is wonderful. It's a wonderful world.
Awesome. Let's see, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm in Boca Raton, Florida, and my word was wanting.
Wanting.
Pamela, are you, oh, looks like she's frozen. Okay, we'll come back to Pamela. Leslie, where'd she go? Oh, we'll wait till she comes back. Kuntal.
I'm currently in Costa Rica, and my word is empathy.
Thank you. Leslie, hi.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. There you go.
All right.
She's got her teacher microphone.
No, can't hear you. We've got Pamela back.
Okay, well, let's see. Pamela, are you back?
I am. I keep
great.
cutting in and out, and I thought, well, I'll just drop out and sign up again here.
Perfect. Well, we can
My
hear
name is
you.
Pamela. Yeah, I live in Olympia, Washington. Although I'm from Los Gatos, California.
That's where I was born. Fantastic.
Oh, really? That's where I was born. And my word was curious.
Thank you. Dawn, do you want to share?
Yes. My name is Dawn, and I live also in Stuart, Florida. And my word was also grateful. I'm so grateful for each one of all of you, for you, Jenni, for Leslie, for Julianne, for my mother-in-law, for my mom, and then I can name each one of you as well. Thank you all for being here.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Let's try Leslie one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yay, yes.
Okay, good. I took out the mic and just figured I would use the regular sound. So it's so nice to hear your voice, Jenni, and so nice to see all of you again. I'm sorry I missed this morning. I think my word was still. Like when you're like, if there was just one word, like just for that moment, maybe the first time today, I actually felt still. So thank you for that. I needed it.
That's great.
In a big way. Yeah.
And Leslie is in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh yeah, I forgot you wanted to know where we're from Boca. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all for sharing. And I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. Did we get everyone? Yeah. Raise your hand if
Did we get Edna?
the boxes kind of jumped around, but I think I went through.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so Just Be Yoga, as I mentioned, is the yoga studio. We have 2 in California here in the East Bay, and it's known for really a warm, welcoming space that is actually now known throughout the world because of the I Am Maris documentary. So we have people coming, now that we have our virtual classes, we have people coming from all over the world, which is really special. But the teachers that teach at Just Be are masterful teachers that inspire me to grow. And I feel really blessed to be a part of that community and be considered the leader and the visionary of it. And it is about 7 years old now. And through the Just Be, the creation of Just Be, I have developed a few different programs that are really intentional around being in alignment with our purpose and manifesting. And so Luminary Farm is a reflection of that work that I do, and really, I feel like it's elevated in terms of being intentional about creating a sacred space. And Just Be, I view it as a sacred space. It's a warm, welcoming space for community to gather. It's a place where my hope is that everyone feels welcomed, and that it's a place of connection, transformation. And when I was in creation around Just Be, I was really intentional about the type of energy I wanted it to feel like who we wanted there, what experience I wanted to have. And I'm going to take you through a little bit of those tools in an activity later on. The Luminary Farm is we're going to show you a video in a minute, so you'll get to see it. But Luminary Farm, it's about 2 years old now since we bought this land, and I really feel like the land chose me in this weird way to like deliver a bigger purpose, and I kept trying to get out of it. It's certainly not an easy task. It was a year process of negotiating and creating. And what I've come to experience with this land is that it really does have, it has a really it's sacred land. You know, it's known for, it was the home of the Volvan tribe, and that tribe was known for ceremony and for their spirituality. And so as I learn more about this land, it's important to me that we're honoring it, that we're blessing it, that we are being intentional about how we're using it. So Luminary Farm is ultimately a gathering place for luminaries. And I'd love to show you the video of it, and then I'll talk more about what we do there.
Okay.
So let's show them the video, Dawn.
Great. Can you all see that? Yes?
Every breath holds a moment, everyone a chance to take. You can see it if you close your eyes. We already know the way. Together, you and me, running wild and free, chasing down the sun. Oh, we've just begun. It's a winding road of all the places we will go. We will go.
Seeing those mountains just makes me smile. It's so beautiful.
I am so glad you got to see a little snapshot of it. I always say, like, the pictures don't do it justice. There's something about when you drive up that little one-lane road and you get into this nestled hills. We don't have cell phone reception, and there's something that just like the whole nervous system starts to calm, and you're amongst nature and you're on this beautiful estate. And so, anyways, okay, so Luminary. When we were creating this space, I went into meditation, and I asked, pretty much connected with the land and asked the land what it wanted to be named. I know that sounds a little out there, but, and I got a snapshot and a vision in my mind. And and so Luminary, like that's where the name came from, was this vision that I had of this illuminating mountain. And when I looked up the meaning luminary, it meant a body of light like the sun or the moon. And luminaries are people who are influential in their field. So my intention was to create a space for luminaries to gather and for ceremony and gatherings that illuminated people, that are lifting up in some capacity, they're elevating our purpose. And so we have day retreats, we have overnight retreats. The space is set up right now to sleep 14. We hope to increase that, and we hope to have gardens. Kinkara is a beautiful example of a property. Their property is amazing, and I'm inspired to create gardens similar to what they're doing there, where we're growing all the food on our land that we are serving. We have a chef, and she often cooks for our retreats, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, any and all requests she can do for us. So we've been, the picture that you see right now is an event with Zach Bush, who's a triple board certified doctor. He's a good friend of mine. What he's up to in this world is really, he's done a ton of research on the effects of glyphosate in our soil and the connection between glyphosate and cancer, and has a nonprofit called Farmers Footprint. And they're really passionate about regenerative farming and encouraging and teaching us all how to plant gardens and even in our own space. And so that's one of the intentions behind Luminary Farm for me personally, and to share with others, is to reconnect with the earth, to reestablish that sense of autonomy with my own food source, and sharing that with our community. So you'll be seeing that being developed as we continue to birth the vision into its fullest capacity. We've done, like I said, day retreats, overnight retreats, because of Just Be Yoga being my other creation. We do a lot of yoga and mindfulness retreats, but that's certainly, there's other gatherings that take place. People can rent the farm for their family, for small intimate gatherings, weddings. We have a chapel on the property, so we do often host anywhere from 50 to 100 person weddings as well. And there's hiking trails all surrounding us. So we have 160 acres between two parcels. So I live on the land on one of the parcels, and then we have the Luminary Farm, which is the big estate that is for community. But surrounding these is the East Bay Parks District and Mount Diablo. And Mount Diablo, that's what we know that mountain as. However, the more that I learn about this land and the history of this land, like I said, it was occupied by the Volvan tribe. And that mountain was referred to as Tushtuk Mountain. It was believed that it birthed creation. It was the first point of earth that God's light touched. And when the sun rises in the morning here on the land, that mountain is lit up, and all the other mountains are shaded. So it's really special, and it's, to me, a reminder of perspective. And so I choose to think of that mountain as a luminous, Tushtuk Mountain, as the mountain of the light rather than the devil's thicket. And I believe that what we're up to and what we're creating here and what we're calling in, and those that are gathering, are really in alignment with something bigger and greater. And so that's my overall vision for the land. And let's see, Leslie, you were asking, are there guest accommodations? Yes, there are. And right now we have beds for 14. We have had families that have slept like 20 people there, because we have other, like in the common areas, we have couch beds and day beds. So, and you can do blow-up mattresses as well. So for a family that works, but for a retreat, we would say 14 people for now. And like I said, we hope to have more sleeping arrangements in the future. We have some visions around that. So I'll open it up for questions before we get into the manifesting work. Is there
We've
anybody
got
have?
another one there. Can you see in the chat?
Yeah, are there opportunities to contribute to the land farming, building, promoting? Yes, yes, yes. So thank you for that. I've been, I would love to have some partnerships in those areas. So the farming, and we currently have vineyards and we have lots of space to create gardens. And so I'd love to have a partner that's really passionate about regenerative farming and is creating those gardens, and also creating some programs where the community can be involved in those gardens, and that we also are supporting our local community in some way. So,
And
yes.
Jenni, you mentioned about the land, you know, just being this like really sacred land and this space and the energy of that. And the time that you've been living there, did you move from like the city to moving there? Like, did you move from San Francisco to there? How have you felt like the transition for yourself personally now living in this beautiful space and just expansive space? Like, how have you felt like that's shifted within yourself?
Wow, that's great, Dawn. So logistically, I lived in Alamo in a little back house cottage for the first 6 years of just being kind of birthed and created. My husband at the time and I lived there, and then we kind of saved up and sold off our other properties, and then we made this all happen for Luminary Farm. So that transition was, I went from this little teeny space into this massive land, and it's really special, also very overwhelming, to be honest, right? There's a lot to care for, but and there's a lot of responsibility being the stewards and the guardians and the caretakers of the land. So but the actual like experience energetically being on this land is so healing. And I right away, the first week that we were up, we moved in, I brought in a Peruvian shaman, a dear friend and teacher of mine, and she came in and we cleared the land and blessed the land, and we did a despacho ceremony and also created a pacheta. And so that's this altar for the land, and we were infusing and blessing this land, and also kind of committing to being like caretakers of the land. And so that they're actually, in some of the photos you may have seen us putting flowers on rocks. Like, what is that like rock structure? That's an apacheta, and that's on the land in the front, kind of like by what I consider the sacred tree. It's a little meditation space. And yeah, so it's important to me that we reconnect with acknowledging, you know, I mean, it's even, I find it uncomfortable to say I own the land, because I know that I have responsibility around being the caretaker of the land, but do we really own the land? You know, we all have this responsibility, and we all, like, in everybody here, right, wherever you are in your homes, like there's something sacred and special about our homes and the intention and the energy that we're putting into it. And so whether we have 80 acres or 100 square feet, whatever it is, it's sacred, it's special, and we have the ability to be really intentional, right, with how we're receiving and giving.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions about the property?
Well, I think what's just really interesting, and I think this is probably what you'll end up getting into, but I mean, it just seems like it was such a process, right? To go from, I mean, you're a yoga studio owner, which is a huge undertaking in itself, and then to get this land and put the pieces together, and just, I mean, it's like, it's so inspiring to me, and to hear a bit of that, you know, of that story. But, you know, also, I guess, taking us through the how we can do that if we wanted to too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all co-creators, right? We're all creating our life, and we say, like, everyone has a different, you know, there's different terms for it: manifesting, attracting, being in, living in creation with the universe. Whatever language you use, it's just being intentional with our purpose and creation. So Gosh, my process, never know really where to start with this, and it always sounds a little um, little, it can seem a bit out there, right? When I start talking about like energy and so whatever terms that resonates with you, like whatever um, source or energy you believe is greater than you, whoever you pray to, whatever it is that you feel is kind of guiding you or supporting you in life, and especially in the challenging moments, you know, when we it's in those challenging moments that we're often really calling upon and asking for guidance and support. And that's what that's the energy that I'm working with and in communication with and these spaces and in creation around it. So I want to guide you all through some of this work, this activity, and I'm gonna have you journal a bit. So I've done work with, there's a technique called theta healing, and Diana Stibble is the kind of the founder, creator of this energy modality. It's also, I've done a lot of reading and studying around the law of attraction, and then through the practice of yoga, mindfulness, and theta healing, I've ultimately created this this I haven't created it, but I've gathered all these tools and I'm sharing this manifesting work with you. So just the yoga is, you know, like I said, very intentional. So this is a sacred space. And as I was imagining and picturing what I wanted that space to look like and feel like, I would journal and write down, like in an affirmative way, I am, I have, or the space is a gathering space for masterful teachers that inspire me to grow. It's, you know, every person that walks through that pathway is cleared of any, you know, negative energy, any worries, and they feel warm and welcomed into this space. Like, you know, I just kind of start to imagine like what I want it to feel like. And then I'll typically go through like actually feeling it in the body, right? So get out your journal, your pen, and I'm going to ask you a few questions here. I want you to start getting into imagining like your space. So if you feel comfortable, close your eyes down, have your pen and your journal handy, and just, you know, kind of get settled into your own little space here. So it's through our clear intentions that we create our spaces. And when we get really clear about what it is we want to feel like, what we want the space to feel like, and so close your eyes down or soften your gaze point and just picture in your mind right now your home, or a space that feels like home to you. And if you are imagining and creating a new home, you know, you're wanting to move or you're wanting to birth a new creation, call that to mind. And if you don't necessarily know what it is or where it is, but you just have a sense or a feeling of it, just put that intention out there that you want to see, feel, and that right now in this moment, the next home for you, this space, the sacred space. And see if you can get pictures in your mind or sense and feel what this space looks like, feels like. So you start to imagine it. Notice the detail of this space. Imagine you're walking in the front door. How do you feel when you enter the space? What does it look like? Notice the details. And then notice who's there. Who are you inviting into this space? What does it feel like when they're there, when they're in your space? What is their experience like? Well, we don't necessarily control another's experience. Just what would you like them to feel if you could? What kind of intention would you like them to take away, or experience would you like them to take away from being in your space? We don't necessarily need to know how this is all gonna come to be. We just want to focus on the what, what it is. What does it feel like? What does it look like? How are you feeling in this space? How are others feeling in this space? And who is gathering there with you? What is the intention and the purpose of this space? What does it represent to you? We're getting really detailed now on why. Why are we in creation around this? What does it represent? Is it stability? Is it a space for connection? Is it a place for peace? So give yourself a little bit more time to imagine, envision, feel, and sense. So we start to root these intentions by really feeling it, feeling as though it's already happening, it's already here. And then when you're ready, flutter your eyes open and just write down what came to mind. And when you write in an affirmative way. So it's like it's the statements, the affirmative statements. I am, I have, the space is filled with, right? So we're not wishing, we're not wanting, it's already so, it's here. And if you don't have words, you have more of a vision, like draw, And as you're writing, just start to notice if there is any kind of blocks or beliefs creeping in, so that subconscious or maybe you're aware of them. These like the little voice in the head that says like, oh, that's not possible, or like starts to try and figure out how that's going to happen. And just kind of quiet it, or just see it, acknowledge it, but keep shifting into that a place of abundance, of trusting that if it's in alignment, if it's in your highest and best, if it's in alignment with a purpose, that all the resources will show up. You'll meet who you need to meet, or there'll be these little miraculous moments that keep you moving forward with. And then we don't want to spend too much time thinking about what we don't want, but as you are in this place of creation, it is helpful to be aware of what doesn't feel right, like what's not in resonance. And so, we have these lessons, these life lessons for a reason, that have kind of keep us guided on our path. And we have these obstacles that are placed in our path to kind of divert us into a different direction. And so, becoming aware of, right, like what you don't want to create, what isn't in alignment, is helpful in getting clear about what is in alignment, what you do want to create. And then also noticing, as you're writing this down, as you're creating it, notice what already exists, in this. So there's an element of gratitude and acknowledgement that we bring into this process too, acknowledging our blessings. So what exists right now that you have created, or you have been gifted, and bringing an energy of gratitude, acknowledgement. And when we're in a space of gratitude and acknowledging our blessings, and we're kind of resonating in that energy of receiving. And a friend of mine says, it's like the universe is your friend. The universe wants to give you gifts, and it just needs some direction, right? So when we're in gratitude, when we're acknowledging our blessings, that we then, the universe is like, okay, great, like that, here's more, right? So if you think of it somewhat like a game in that sense. And my experience is that the opposite is true too. Like, we don't always get exactly what we're asking for. And my personal experience is that that's because it wasn't meant in that way. It could be that something better is, that there's this purpose and this faith that needs to be established, that it'll arrive in the right time, in divine timing, when it's in our highest and best. Or the package that it arrives in may look a little bit different. But if we're clear about what the intention is, the underlying intention, like I want this space for then we can recognize it when it arrives, right? So we are staying in alignment with the purpose of it, and we're manifesting and creating in a place of purpose, and ultimately trusting the timing and being in faith. All right, How we doing? We're good? Got enough time to journal and create? Give me like a thumbs up if you feel complete. You can always, yeah, do more of this. Today, or just kind of, I'm focusing us on these like sacred spaces we're creating, but this technique, this can be done for our career and like what we're wanting to create and shift into for career, for relationships, for health. So any area of our life that we want to be intentional and be kind of checking in and getting realigned with from a purposeful place. You can use this technique of imagining, visioning, and I think it's really powerful to, you know, the key questions are, what does it feel like? Who surrounds you? And why? Like, what is it that this represents? What is it, the purpose of it? Right? And so we're shifting out of some of the conditioning of that, you know, oftentimes with goal setting, when I've been taken through goal setting exercises, I end up writing stuff down that is, when I actually take a step back and look at it, it's not mine. It's like, I think that I should be doing X, Y, and Z because society says this, because my parents have said this, because that's the next right thing to do, you know? So what I'm hoping we get to today is looking at like, what is it that your soul is calling for, is wanting to create. And it's not about what anyone else thinks. And it's not about, you know, the conditioned mindset of like, we're you know, we're worthy of it, or you know, we are, everybody here is worthy, more than worthy, and of creating a sacred, safe space, and a space that feels like they really are birthing something intentional, right? So, okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of movement now. So I wanna integrate this, you know, so we'll do a little restorative movement, and we'll integrate these pictures, these images, these intentions, and then after we're gonna declare. So we'll just share one of them, and we'll kind of sum it up, and you'll share one with the group. So know that's coming. Don't be stressed about it. Just let it come through you through this practice of this restorative practice. So when you're ready, come to your mat, get yourself set up in child's pose. Bring your pillows, bring your blanket. Can you all hear me? You're good? Yes? Okay, fantastic. All right, so you'll just set yourself up in child's pose to begin with. Support it if you want the support. You know, there's blankets, you have maybe your pillows that you can use as a supportive child's pose. So that would be taking the pillow between your legs and just lying down over the pillow, spinning one cheek to the side. Just allow your body to settle and to relax. Soften at your hips, soften your jaw, your eyes, your shoulders, your neck. Feel the edges of your physical body. And start to feel and sense into your body. Notice the subtlest of sensations. There's an expansion and contraction of your lungs. With each breath in and each breath out, notice the softening and the release that's happening in your body. If you notice areas of your body that are tight and tense, intentionally send your awareness to that area of your body and see if you can soften just by simply bringing awareness to it and a gentle compassion to that area of your body. Just let your breath naturally flow. And start to repeat in your mind these affirmative statements if they resonate with you. I know what it feels like to be supported. I know that I am supported. I know what it feels like to be supported. I know that I am supported. I give and receive support with grace and ease. And let that truth integrate into your being. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Come forward to your hands and knees, and then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Moving into Sphinx pose, it's just a gentle back bend. And again, if you have your pillows, use your pillow underneath your chest. You can cross your arms, opposite hands to opposite shoulders, and then you'll create a little shelf for your chin. So this is one option. Or otherwise, you can prop yourself up onto your forearms, palms face down. And then you decide what feels best for you in your neck. You can take your chin to your chest or neutral. And so we're just going to be here for a bit. So get yourself settled into a position where you can allow the body space. And so we're creating space now. Start to notice that space. Notice the space between your inhales and your exhales. Notice the space between your thoughts. So as you continue to witness and observe your breath and your thoughts, notice the space that's created and expand that space. Or expand into the space. If your mind wanders, just gently bring yourself back to sensation, to feeling, to observing and noticing. Take a few more breaths here in this gentle back bend, fully supported, feeling that support, that connection. Easing out of this pose, so you'll just move slowly, lying all the way down on your belly, cross your hands, rest your forehead on your hands, and just give your hips a gentle little rock from side to side. And settle your hips into stillness. Feel that sense of stillness moving through you from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Like the feel of a deep breath, just allow yourself that inhale and that exhale and that space to just be. Moving out of this shape into a tabletop position. So you're on your hands and your knees. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Walk your hands forward into this puppy dog shape. So you're melting your chest down. Forehead, nose, or chin will connect to the earth. Keep your hips up high. It's opening across your heart. Stretching your shoulders. Take a few breaths to settle into this shape. And with your heart open, your heart opening, connect in with the energy of compassion, unconditional love. Start by filling your body with compassion and love, with the energy and the intention. Imagine every cell of your being being filled with love. Slide back up to your hands and knees, and then just move back and forth through cat-cow a couple times, rounding your spine, arching, bringing some movement. Feel your palms connecting you to the earth. Gaze is soft. Breath is natural, rhythmic, expansive. Come to a neutral spine and then flip over onto your back, bringing your pillows with you, have them close to you, and come all the way down. Just slowly take your hands under your knees, lower yourself down. Ease. Your knees will come into your chest. Give yourself just a little massage of your lower back. You can take your knees in one direction and then the other. And then coming into a spinal twist, you'll drop your knees over to the right. And if you have a pillow, you can place a pillow between your legs. Right? So just place it between your legs and then open up. Left arm will reach out to the left, gaze to the left if that feels okay in your neck and your spine. And soften your gaze point or close your eyes. We're going to be here for a bit, so just allow yourself to settle into this twist. Cleansing, clearing, releasing. Set the intention to, with grace and ease, just cleanse, clear, and release. Energetically, we do that. And then also we can use this time and space to get a sense, a feel for what it is that we're clearing out that's no longer serving, right? So what is that you uncovered through this practice that's a block or a belief or a behavior that's not in alignment with what it is you're creating and cultivating? And without any harshness or judgment around it, it's just simple awareness of it, and then an acknowledgement of like, this is no longer serving. I now release with grace and ease. Imagine it leaving your space, or you're energetically clearing it from your space, like you're cutting cords. Back up through center and pause. Take your feet wide, knock your knees in towards each other, and rest your hands on your lower belly, or you can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, whatever feels comfortable. And then ground and root yourself right into your body, into this moment, feeling the difference from one side to the other, so you're fully present and aware. And then go to the other side. So you'll twist now to the left. Use your pillow, that support between your legs. Right arm out to a T, gaze to the right. Twisting and rinsing, releasing and letting go. We don't necessarily have to get into the story or figure out, you know, what exactly it is. Like, it can just simply be an overall general intention of becoming aware of what's no longer serving, what's no longer in resonance. And with grace and ease, you know, we don't have to be in struggle or the grit all the time, right? We can flow with grace and ease through life and its lessons and gifts and blessings, and in no way bypassing, but just welcoming in a new way that's one of ease and grace. Settle in for a couple more breaths. And then come back up to center. And this time take the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open. So you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And if you need support today, take the pillows underneath your legs for a little bit more restorative, supportive experience. Close your eyes down or soften your gaze point. And with your hand, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, you're just bringing awareness to the energy of these centers of our body. We have unconditional love at the heart, and our wisdom, our power, our courage, the solar plexus. And it really takes us tuning in to the heart, asking the heart what it needs, asking the soul what it needs, the spirit, what it's craving, wanting. And in that deeper listening, it requires courage, right? Courage to restructure or realign if we need to. And a trust, a faith, and the wisdom and that inner wisdom, that knowing of what's best for you, acknowledging you're your greatest teacher, you know. There's lots of outside projections and distractions that keep us from really being in alignment with our knowing or our purpose. And I think that's just part of life. It's part of the experience that we're here in this life to learn, is how to navigate our thoughts, our emotions, how to shift out of fear, out of worry, out of scarcity, out of greed, come back to a place of trusting, place of compassion, of abundance, of nurturing, and of love, ultimately of love. Take this moment to tap into the energy of your heart. Ask your heart what it needs, what it wants, and listen. See if you could sense, feel, hear. And imagine you're wrapping yourself up, the most comforting embrace. Taking your hands under your legs, bring your knees to touch and curl up into that. Embracing your whole body right now in this moment, just filling it with love, compassion, squeezing every muscle in your body. Take a deep breath in and release right down into Shavasana. You can use your pillows under your knee if you want that support. The final rest will be here, complete surrender. Coming all the way down onto your back, or if you'd rather be in a seated meditation, you're welcome to do that. Feel the support of earth beneath you. Knowing that you're safe, that you're supported, that you're worthy and deserving. Knowing what it feels like to be connected, that you are connected to something greater than the small self can wrap its mind around. Feel and sense that presence, that connection between you and that which you believe is greater than you. You may be your ancestors, Mother Earth, the universe, God, Buddha, Allah. Call that in. Say thank you. Ask to be connected now with grace and ease for your highest and best. And picture and imagine in your mind what it is you're creating, what you're calling in. It's as if you're painting a picture in your mind. See it, feel it, sense it. And take that image and those intentions and imagine they're being wrapped up in a bubble of light. It's that energy of all of creation that you are a part of and is a part of you. Imagine it's kind of infusing your creations, your intentions, your prayers, your wishes. And imagine this bubble floating up past the space that you're in. Imagine that bubble with your intentions floating up past the clouds, past the trees and the stars, layers upon layers upon layers of the universe. Just dissolving it into the energy of all of creation. Trusting that you'll arrive in the highest and best meant for you, for your highest and best, and the highest and best of all, with grace and ease. And I'll rest back into your heart space, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, the beat of your heart. Imagine that same light that surrounded your intentions, your manifestations. Imagine that same light of all of creation, energy of creation filling your heart. And imagine that light is radiating at the center of your chest. It's unconditional love. It's the purest of love. Let it fill your entire body. Imagine it radiating beyond your heart space, expanding down your left arm, your right arm. As this light fills your body, you relax deeper and deeper. This light fills your torso, your belly, upper back, lower back, hips. This light fills your right leg, your left leg, tips of your toes. It expands through your chest, your neck, radiates through your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Knowing that you are worthy in this moment, nothing more to prove or do or be. Allowing yourself to receive now. Start to bring awareness to the sounds that surround you. Once again, to the support of the earth beneath you. Feel the edges of your physical body. Feel the connection to your breath. Expand your inhales and exhales as you reawaken. And wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Fully awake, reach your arms overhead. Take a full breath in. Open your mouth, cleansing, clearing, release. Out through your mouth. Take your time, roll to one side, pause here. Pressing yourself up to a seat with your eyes closed, your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your left hand. Bow your chin to your chest. Take a moment here just to honor this time, this space, this practice. Whatever it is you received that was meant for you, acknowledge it, send gratitude. Acknowledging that connection between you and that which is greater, and to the greatest teacher, the inner teacher within. We honor this practice, honor each and every person in this space that joined us in this experience today. And we send these blessings, this love, out beyond our space, beyond our group, encompassing all of humanity, every being, sending love, sending gratitude. And if you'd like to join me in a bow, completing this practice. And open your eyes. And we'll gather back up here together. Take your time, no rush. I'm going to unmute everyone. And welcome back. All right, so there's power in declaring, right? So once we do this work of kind of getting clear on what it is that we want to create, the feeling, the sensation, how we want to feel, how we want to show up, and we imagine it, and we root it, and we declare it, right? And the thing about declaring it, I encourage, whenever I'm in creation around something and it's new and it's being birthed, I am mindful of who I share it with. And that's just simply from a place of acknowledging that there are these outside projections that can influence what I believe is possible or what I'm worthy of. And so being mindful of who we share these creations with. Is it someone who is supportive? Is it in an environment that's supportive of it, right? And so this group here, we're all supporting each other. So I would love for you to declare something that came through for you that you, you know, in this declaration. I can start us off in it. So I'll give an example, but just let it like come through you, whatever it is you're feeling called to declare. So my declaration. So my name is Jenni, and I am supported. Luminary Farm is a successful, well-known space for luminaries to gather. I have all the resources I need, and it's shared with many. Dawn, would you like to go next?
Sure. My name is Dawn. I am in a beautiful, free-flowing space of creativity and supported by so many people all around the world and family and natural light, flowers, plants, and life, surrounded by life and gratitude. Thank you.
Gail, would you like to go next?
I'm declaring that I have created a life for myself that is welcoming friends and family to join together in my spaces that I've created. I created spaces in different parts of my life, in different parts of my world, where people are welcome to come, and I'm happy I've been able to be blessed with the ability to do this. And I hope that I leave my goal that you asked me. My goal is to leave a legacy for my family to stay connected and to stay loving and to always have an open and welcoming life to everyone around them.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Lise, would you like to go next?
Yep, sure. I'm Elise. I live in a beautiful home where I feel just amazing in this space. It has lots of white and soft pastels around me. I hear the ocean and I see it out my floor to ceiling windows. I feel blessed and successful in this home with my soulmate.
Thank you. Edna, would you like to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm Edna, and I'm feeling content in being able to take time for myself and being able to reflect on the things that I'm thankful for in life. And this week has been a reminder to continually for me to do that. So thank you.
Thank you. Julianne, would you like to go next?
Because me and my boyfriend just moved in together, so we've been trying to like imagine our space. We've been taking our time, and like this is such a great exercise to just visualize the fullness of it. So thank you. And so I live in a space that is a hub for creation and exploration of the body, mind, and heart. And it's also a space for gathering with friends for meaningful conversations shared over a copious amount of wine, and surrounded just with lots of life. So also plants and art and just collections of memories of our favorite places. And so a space that feels really like a sanctuary.
Thank you. Michael, would you like to go next?
I think I can go pass.
Okay. Kuntal, how about you?
Yeah. I feel grateful that we're able to use Kinkara to enrich the guests and also the team. And I feel humbled by the contribution we make in a day-to-day life to continue to this enrichment. I hope that with the changing time, we are able to continue our journey and be blessed and supported by each of you in your own unique way.
Thank you. Indy, how about you? I'm going to unmute you. There you are. Hi.
Hello. I am living in a sustainable community space that is allowing me to connect with the land, support the land, be a part of it, help grow and nurture the animals and the plants and the fungi. At the same time, cultivating the projects in my life that matter to me, cultivating a children's conscious children's programming that kids can use to empower themselves, but also it's great for adults to learn that stuff and connect with their inner children. And also while I'm doing that, cultivating a space for containers for nurses and for doctors to learn self-care techniques to alleviate burnout, and for that to grow, and be able to be offered in spaces, hospitals all across the country, maybe the world, and for the integration of medicine to happen at a rapid rate because of my deep involvement with it and the connections and the relationships I'm building around that. And also for all of it to kind of feed back into children and supporting children and eventually fostering children and creating orphanages that have never existed on earth before, that are multicultural, multi-dimensional orphanages that also are for adults to be able to support children. So it takes a village. So all that's happening simultaneously in a beautiful ways, and everything is supporting everything just like an ecosystem.
Thank you. It's powerful. Thank you all for sharing. That was really great to witness, all of you and your creations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dawn, for this time and space that you've created for all of us to gather and be in creation with each other.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really nice. Okay.
I'll let you take it from here. Oh, I just want to say, if you are in the area, I would love for you to join me at Just Be anytime. Also, we do have the virtual classes, so I'd love to stay in contact with all of you. And Dawn will be sending out some stuff, but this time and space, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to connect and share. And if you have any questions for me, I'm of course happy to answer those right now too.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Yeah, it's really beautiful. How does everyone feel? Do you feel relaxed? And I feel like I nearly fell asleep. Like I think
I was stretching in the middle of a field. I'm like I was doing all my stretching and everything in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just so relaxed, you know. I felt like I could have fallen asleep, and then, you know, I was hearing Jenny guide us, but then in the other room, I'm hearing my son with playing video games. This is video game time right now, so I'm like, can you turn that a little lower? Oh, but it's so nice. And it's nice to share this space with all of you. So we're kind of actually wrapping up on our time. There's a few things that I'd like to just cover and share with you. First, tomorrow, if any of you will be joining us tomorrow, it's really a special day featured on the Bahamas. So as all of you know, the Bahamas was really, really severely impacted, Abaco specifically, with Hurricane Dorian. And it's had a special place in my heart well before then, but certainly when they went through that storm, which for us here in Stewart was like directly across from the ocean. And it's actually the only trip I've taken this year was to the Bahamas in January, and I've been several times, but I had the opportunity of going to Eleuthera and Harbor Island, which I had not been to before, so that was really special. But what's really special about tomorrow is that everybody that will be guiding us tomorrow is all Bahamian. They are just such a really fun, really good group of beautiful people, and we're going to get a little into that kind of like heart and soul of the passion, the resilience that they've been through, that genuine hospitality. So it'll be something really sweet. I think we'll really have a lot of, hopefully extract a lot of feeling from that, and then also see, I mean, it's beautiful beaches and all that good stuff. So that's what's to come for tomorrow. And then next week is a Mother's Day special. So if you are feeling inspired to share that with anyone, we will be featuring Caribbean mothers, which is really, really special to me as well, because it's just a whole different culture. Really, really honoring the mother and the grandmother and the aunts and how the children are being raised. So it'll be really cool. I have a couple of very special properties that we'll be showcasing there, as well as incredible mothers and retreat leaders. So that's really special. So if you are inspired, there's you can share that with people. Finally, Jenni and I have a mutual friend now who is staying there at the farm. Her name is Dina Kaplan, and she was meant to join us this evening, but then was unable to, sort of in the last moment. But she has shared a short message with us, and she is the owner and founder of a meditation company called The Path. And she and she organizes this incredible large meditation group every year called Mela. And Jenni has recently just attended Mela, and now Dina is quarantined in the farmhouse for the last 6 or 7 weeks. So quite some time. So it's an interesting kind of little, again, triangle of connection. But Dina just, she did this short 2-minute video out in Luminary Farm. So she wanted to say hello to everyone who was here, joined us. So I will go ahead and just play that for you all so that you can meet Dina, and because we're going to share some of her meditation gifts with you in our follow-up emails as well. So I'm going to share the screen so we can say hello to Dina here. Let's see, can you all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay.
Hi everyone, so excited to be with you on this beautiful virtual retreat with Xplored. My name is Dina Kaplan. I am the founder and CEO of a company in meditation that's called The Path. I am really excited to be guiding a mindfulness meditation for you shortly, but I first wanted to do a bit of an introduction about where I am. I am so grateful that as a guest of Jenni Wendell, who of course is part of this virtual retreat as well, I am at Luminary Farm. It is an 8-bedroom estate, a farmhouse that is essentially set up as a retreat center, and it's really beautiful. It's really cool. I feel so fortunate to be here, and I can't wait to show you around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is our friend Dina. So she has put together a beautiful 15-minute meditation that I will be sharing with all of you. In lieu of our time, I can share this with you on email. I